morning and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video we'll be just going up to feed the cattle up in the other shed, moving some ewes out, maybe marking some ewes, helping Dad getting ewes out, probably getting the last of my ewes out. Anyway, the weather's not too bad now, but mine are, as I said before, my lads are good and hardy. Time was the issue about not getting them out really, so I'm going to get them out. And then we just need to dehorn and tag these lads. I haven't even got around to tagging them yet, so it should have been done straight away, but it just wasn't. So we're going to tag them and probably dehorn them. They're ready for dehorning now, and then we'll probably be moving those cows up in the next day or two. Like all these sheds are mucky. I didn't throw in any more straw because I gave them that shed and the top shed as well, so because I didn't want to be throwing in more straw and then be moving them up to the other shed and let it go to waste. So just give them the run of the whole lot, and I just feed them here, but it is quite mucky and I will be cleaning it out. Probably be the next video where I'll probably be back at dung again. So yeah, moving ewes and probably horning calves and just going up to feed the cattle now as well up in the other. Just about to head up now to feed the cattle, just here in the tractor. But just going back to the last video where I was talking about Kissy Eyes being a pedigree cow and not working out, but we do have an option with her where we can flush her and get eggs over and do embryo transfer. It's just that we've never done that. We're very novice and green when it comes to that sort of stuff, so look, it is an option for us to maybe try that, but like we're only very short time in pedigrees, only a few years, and like we knew nothing about it. We were totally green and it was a steep learning curve, but two people who did give us a lot of advice and help was Garrett Bean and Peter O'Connell, those two people that own the Clona herd and the Racew herd, which we have most of our pedigree cows from. So like they were, shout out to them, because they gave great advice at the time because we were totally green. But another update that I didn't say on the cattle video was we had a pen of cattle there, yearlings, and there was some weanlings, yearlings, and then yearlings plus, and we sold them last week there. And tell it as it is, we averaged 270 a kilo live weight, which was probably a little bit under what the going rate was. Good cattle were making €3 a kilo and the real good ones €3 plus. But our lads were the worst of our cattle, and nearly all heifers, and some of them were a bit plain. Like I knew myself what they were, you know. So in saying that, I was happy enough with how they went. They probably weighed a little bit less than what they should have as well. The drought last summer, it took them a long time to recover after that, and even when I put them in the shed, they were in the shed till Christmas, and I was giving them meal, and it sort of took till Christmas for them to get back to where they should have been going in November, you know, so they were a little bit behind. But anyway, in saying that, we averaged 270 a kilo. As I say, we sold them in Carnew Mart. It's a great mart, and good cattle were selling at €3 a kilo, €3 plus. So, but as I said, our lads were maybe a little bit plainer. So I knew what they were. But we had one bullock, and he was 400 kilos now, and he was out of a Belgian blue cross dairy cow, and like he was 400 kilos, and we just got €1,300 for him, you know. So there were some good ones, but the average was 270 a kilo roughly. So yeah, I just wanted to go back over that to say about where Kissy Eyes, like we still have an option with that cow to do embryo, and there's a vet down the road that is the leading lad in the country with horses with doing that, Larry Dunn. So like, and he's right beside us, like he's literally only 5 minutes down the road. So we have an option in doing that, and we mightn't lose anything then, you know. I certainly wouldn't be letting her go as a cull cow anyway. Like I'd be definitely talking to other breeders before I'd make any decision on it, you know. So I wasn't being totally negative about it. I'm just like, I'm doing these videos and I'll explain everything as it is and just tell it as it is 100%, whether it's good or bad, you know what I mean. So you have to take the bad with the good. Some people maybe mightn't like that, but anyway, that's just the way it's going to be. But like that's probably it for now. We'll go up and we'll feed the other cattle. I'm just bringing the slurry tanker with me so that I can bring a load of slurry back. But the slurry's getting a little bit thick now at the bottom. There's only a couple of loads left in it, but there's just one field there that I want to try finish off. Now it's going to be probably a little bit thick, but probably will have the cattle and cows in it grazing it before maybe I take maybe a little bit of a cut of silage off it. So I'm not worried about the thickness on it. So anyway, we'll head up there now. That's them fed there now. Just going back to the last video as well, where when I was editing, there's actually an analysis thing on the YouTube, and out of the last video, out of everyone that watched it, there's only 33% of people that have subscribed. So we really want everyone subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything, but it's hugely beneficial to the channel, and it really helps it out a lot. So if we could get everyone to hit the subscribe button and ring the little bell and even give it a like, it would be great. So thanks very much. Just letting out more Ewes here. I have another load to get, but these lads should have been out really, but time was just the issue really. But good and hardy. I have a bit of grass here, and just in the next field there's a little bit of grass, but the ones up the top, the grass is very tight up there. It's very tight, so I'm going to be feeding them Ewes, bring them up some meal. They have a good area underneath them. There's a lot of ground there for the amount of Ewes that's there, but it's just, grass is very tight at the minute until maybe I get some fertiliser out. But come on! 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 Just call the Ewes, just going to give them some meal. Come on! Only starting to give them meal, so they might not come for the first 1 or 2 times. Trucks out here from last year, never took them in, they're still here. So. Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! I've spotted as well where we'd always use the vaccine called Scabivax for against the orf, and this year we couldn't get it. It's a vaccine that you just scratch on the inside of the lamb's leg when you be sticking the ring on their tail, or you know, when they're a couple of days old, when you're putting them, moving them or whatever. And it's unavailable this year, and I've spotted probably 4 or 5 lambs with bad orf. Orf is a sort of like a cold sore, just putting it very bluntly, like where they get sore mouths and sore lips, and then they can't graze grass or they can't suck their mother, and they can't die from it. So I've spotted a few there now, so like these will probably have to be got in fairly soon and treated. I don't know what I'm going to do them with, but like that vaccine was vital. And this is all the shit that's going on now with the vets and I'm not saying it's all the vets' fault, but with suppliers and stuff coming from Brexit, coming from England or whatever. It's a nightmare. You can't, that's any good, always goes. And you'll probably lose lambs with the result of it, of not being able to vaccinate them with this orf. If I get them in, and I'll show you the lambs, the real bad. There's one real bad lad there I saw, where the lips just swell up. It's like a cold sore, only that's putting it mild, like, but you can get it anywhere. I remember I actually got it on my little finger, but like the Ewes could get it on their teeth then from the lambs, or it's a feckin' nightmare. All because we couldn't get this vaccine, and the vaccine was really good, because you scratch every lamb. And I remember a yo of mine got out on my neighbours here, and he had all the gateways blocked up because there was cattle there, whatever. So I said, okay. He said, leave her there till after the lambing, and I said, grand. But she was an empty yo, and she happened to lamb out there. And I had all my lambs done here with the Scabivax, and by the time I was bringing that yo back, both of those lambs had orf on their mouth, and I had none. And just shows how good that vaccine was. It's feckin' brilliant. But now it can't be got this year. They're talking about that maybe it'll be in 6 weeks or whatever like that, but it'll probably be too late now. And when you can see there's a lamb just there, and when you can see his mouth, it's probably too far away. Now he's just gone now, number 2. You can't see him. I don't know how to feckin' zoom on this camera. Anyway, I don't know how to zoom in. Maybe I'll be able to do something on the editing and see can I zoom in. But his mouth is, I'm gonna have to get them in and treat them with something. Someone said petrol. Someone said petrol is probably the best thing, but I just don't know. It's a nightmare, and it'll spread through a lot of the lambs. And that's to say, like, after having a reasonably good lambing, and then you can't get the vaccine, and then you could lose maybe 10 or 15 lambs due to ORF. You know, you could. It's just, you're fighting a losing battle the whole time. You know, so and these vaccines and all this and antibiotics and everything's only going to get less and less. Just up here feeding the cattle. This is just a fun question for you, is that I'll probably be keeping all these heifer calves anyway, as I said before. But like, there's that grey Belgian blue, the calf that was a C-section, a good bit smaller than. Now she was a later calf. I don't know whether you can really see the shape, but like, she's a real shapy calf. I'd say she's half Belgian blue. Excuse me. And then you've got these bigger Simmentals. Just wondering what's people's opinions. Like, you have these bigger Simmentals. Now, this one is a limousine out of a half Belgian blue cow. She's a savage. But like the other Belgian, the grey calf is a good bit smaller, but it was calved later. So what's people's opinions? Would they keep her, or would they stick with the Simmental? Would they keep this one just to see? I'll probably keep her anyway just to see, but I just want people's opinions on it. It's just a fun question. It's just for a bit of fun to see what people think. Just another fun question is, in the last video, I seem to get more likes, more interaction, more comments for the livestock videos rather than the machinery. So if people want to leave their preference in the comments in this video, just for a fun thing, because there's going to be loads of machinery videos now in the summer with silage and wrapping and baling and everything. So just people want to leave their preference, what they prefer, the livestock or machinery, in the comments. And just setting up here now for just setting up gates and getting ready for dehorning. I just don't know what way I'm going to work it yet, because all these sheds are, well, this one's not too bad, but the rest of them are mucky and full of SH1T. So I want to get the calves tagged and dehorned and everything sorted out, and then they're ready to rock to go up to the other shed. Then I can start maybe drawing them up this week up to the other shed, and they're out here then, and I can clean all these sheds out again, take down all the gates, take out the feeders, everything, get everything done. So I'll probably set the camera up anyway, up on the pillar there. And what I'll probably do is, I didn't show it the last time, it was I just put it on time lapse. I might show how one with the injection and everything and do and explain it, and then I'll maybe put the rest on the time lapse. But I think, as Farmer Phil explained as well, I think I explained the last time as well, where you don't scoop out the horn with the dehorner. You just go around it. You just twist around like that, and it kills all the nerves, kills everything around it, and it just it dies and falls off. So because scooping the little bit out, I find maybe sometimes an odd one would bleed. I know you can seal it back. You seal it back with the dehorner, but sometimes one can just fucking bleed with it. So I find that just turn it around, turn your dehorner around the horn like that. I'll show you anyway. I'll probably show you on the first one, and we'll see how things go. Now I have a lad in it here now. What I'll do is I'll inject him just, I think this is a bull calf, so I want to stick the ring on him as well. So what I'll do is I'll inject him and then stick the ring on him, and then just a spot there, there's a little groove there. I hope you can see it on the camera. There's his horn. There's a little groove there between the eye and the ear, where you and that works as an anaesthetic. Just there now, you can feel it with your finger. There's just a little groove there between the eye and the ear. And see, the blood has come out straight away. Like there's a little vein there that it goes in and it works. That's the anaesthetic. Not many people clip around them. and these lads need to be tagged as well. So while that anaesthetic is working, I'll tag them, and I need to log it into Herd Watch then as well. I'm not getting sponsored or anything by saying that, but Herd Watch is an invaluable app, I think. Now it's a little bit expensive, but it is very, very good. And I've just signed up to Flock Watch as well and got a reader, a tag reader. So that'll be here during the week and probably in another video. But I just need to correspond him now to 90. He's 209. 209. Oh, I need to get the tagger. The tagger's just in the Jeep, so I just need to get the tagger. Have them done now. You wouldn't believe the camera just completely froze, and I would have had to disconnect it and take out the battery for it to work. But like I had them pen in this little pen, and I just wanted to get them done. Didn't want to waste any more time because I didn't want to be stressing them out. So there they all are. There, they're all done. Now the little lad, the most recent lad, I just tagged him. His horns weren't good enough to be done, so we'll have to be done on a later date. So that's to say, look, I was injecting them with that. I think it's adrenalcaine. It's the anaesthetic, and lucky enough, I had plenty of gas because half empty bottles, and I thought I was going to run out of gas, where I didn't really have a full container. I just had feckin' a couple of half ones, so I had enough anyway to do them. So anyway, again, I apologise because the camera just froze. So there's just actually a cow. There's one cow there missing a tag. There's big things everywhere here where I have a tag for her. So what I'll do is I'll just get a few nuts and I'll put her in a headlock and tag her. So they're ready to go back up to the other shed now anyway. So that's probably it for this video. It's probably maybe a bit shorter now because I didn't get to show that. So I hope you enjoyed it, hope you liked it, and if you did like it, hit the like button. And as I said before, earlier in the video, only 33% of the last video of viewers had subscribed. So please hit the subscribe button. It just helps the channel no end. And we will catch you at the next. Just to show you this as well, when we're tagging them, I have to take a sample out of each ear. One goes towards BVD, and the other one is for a DNA sample. So there's two different colours there. There's one pink and there's one white. The pink one is the DNA, and that's sent off, I think, to Weatherby's lab, and the white one is sent off to some lab in Nace. I actually can't think of the name of it now, but like, we pay for all that. We pay for everything. But anyway, that's the schemes that we're in, or the BVD and the DNA. So yeah, we send them off in